Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about how to get control of your LinkedIn inbox. So this is going to actually be something you can use for any email system, but I'm going to talk about LinkedIn specifically because I have one of my VAs manage my LinkedIn inbox every day. So I only go to my LinkedIn when I have to, and she takes care of everything else for me. Takes care of scheduling, replying, giving people updates on their birthdays or anniversaries, doing all kinds of massive engagement on LinkedIn. You can do the same for any inbox, an inbox for a Facebook business page, your inbox through your Gmail, or if you have Outlook or whatever you want for your website. So you can use it it's universal, but we're going to talk mostly about LinkedIn. And this is good because I grew my first business primarily through LinkedIn, and my inbox was my go-to way to communicate with people. Now, this is when I was doing a lot of corporate training, and I was connecting with corporate middle management to get me booked to come into their business to do training on data analysis and data analytics and IT-related things like that. So basically what I would do is I would find people on LinkedIn to connect with and then engage them in conversations before getting to the pitch. I would also, keep them on file and send them updates on when I'm doing new trainings and talk about new things I was doing when I launched a new training course and build my list using LinkedIn. And most of the people that you connect with LinkedIn, you should be able to capture their email address. You can't download them all at once anymore, but you can capture them one at a time. So LinkedIn is still super powerful for you to build up your business, especially if you're trying to sell to bigger companies that have a presence on LinkedIn because of the size and scope of what they do. So the first thing is you want to take control of your inbox. It is invaluable to you to use that inbox well. And again, this is something I did when I first started my first business in the Philippines back in 2011. I was on my LinkedIn inbox all the time. And then eventually I hired a VA to manage it for me. And now that I have 6 companies, they manage all of those things through my LinkedIn. So even though I have my LinkedIn personal page, is where most of my business goes through LinkedIn. Unlike Facebook, or on Facebook, I drive most of my business to my Facebook business page. Just a different nature of LinkedIn. Anyway, it's easy to fall victim to a lot of traps and lose sight of what's important to do on LinkedIn. You want to use smart tools whenever possible. And there's several out there you can use to help you manage your inbox. When you're on LinkedIn, there are things that LinkedIn does with the upgrades, with different versions of LinkedIn you can get, especially if you're doing any kind of recruiting and job posting. There are tools that come with that suite. So really get to know the difference out there. Get to know what your options are. Take time each evening to check your email. Evening, not mornings. This is a big deal. When you check your email in the morning, it distracts you and makes you go off on tangents. But when you check your email in the evening, then you can plan your day for tomorrow. I find this to be one of those secrets that I think successful people do that not everyone else does, which is don't get lost in your email first thing on your day. Do it at the end of your day. So set your schedule up for the next day based on the connections you have to make. Let people, if they really want to get a hold of you, they can wait a day. And that builds up a chance for you to do some research, to profile them, to make sure that, you're really coming into that meeting or that conversation more ready to talk about what you can do together versus just, firing off and responding to emails first thing in the morning. It just doesn't work. So you want to have a task list. I use Trello to manage my tasks. You can use Trello, you can use Monday, you can use Asana, any of the task management tools out there. You can use Google Sheets. Whatever you need to do to make a to-do list, a daily list of things to do. And one of those, things should be managing your LinkedIn. And again, I have turned this over to my VA, but this is what I did when I first launched it. So this way that you can put things up at a priority and make sure you get done. So every night when I go to bed, I think about what I'm going to do the next day. And a big chunk of that's going to be how I use LinkedIn. You also don't want to waste time scheduling meetings via email. Email back and forth is a hard way to schedule things. A lot of people are using tools like Calendly, right, to schedule meetings. And that works great if you want to make sure that you have a set time in your schedule. You don't want to take meetings any time of the day. You want to focus them. I do most of my meetings right before and right after lunch. I keep my meetings free to work on strategic things, and I keep my afternoons free to do follow-up and tactical things. That's how I run my business. Meetings are chunked in the middle of the day, right around lunch. So they don't go that long either. People tend to want to get off a meeting before lunch, and they're rushing back to get to the work before they get anything at the end of the day done. They want to get through their meetings, so after lunch works as well. So let them pick a couple times that work for you. Don't say, hey, I can meet whenever you want. Don't give them a lot of freedom to pick and choose your schedule. Give them times. It may seem a little aggressive and assertive even to be able to say, hey, this is when I'm free to meet. And if people say, I'm busy, I can't meet with you, then you try something, but don't spend too much time scheduling meetings. Don't go back and forth in emails. This is really something that, again, a VA should be doing anyway. The VA should be managing that coordination. So you just have to show up at the meeting. You don't have to organize it and plan it. This is a way that you can really, manage your inbox. There's a lot of the things in your inbox will have to do people wanting to meet with you or you wanting to follow up with them to meet with them. So if you really manage your LinkedIn inbox better, or any inbox, by really focusing the meetings to a couple hours a day, you're going to have much more success, I promise you. The next thing is you want to use the calendar, right? To create meetings for yourself. You want to use time to plan your day. Like I have a calendar that I publish in Google that my team can see and that I use to be able to block off chunks of time. Like I said a couple times already, I don't do a lot in the morning as far as like busy work. I focus on tactical stuff in the afternoon, strategic stuff in the morning. In the middle, I do all the busy stuff, all the meetings, all the follow-up, all the conversations, right? I want the afternoon to be free for getting things done and off my plate, and the morning free to plan things. And at the end of the day, I kind of go back to the strategy part. Before I go to bed at night, I think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. So updating my task list, making sure that all the things that I have done are there and getting taken care of. Use your calendar wisely. Plan your day out, right? Make sure you circle anything urgent and put those as a priority. Other things, figure out if they can drop or get pushed back if you need to. Kind of prioritize what you have on your calendar. This will make you even more successful. And then the last thing I'll talk about is really LinkedIn, besides managing your inbox, to do things like eliminating a lot of back and forth for setting meetings, blocking off time for yourself. Use all the features in LinkedIn it gives you. And I talk about these in a couple of different videos I've recorded recently. One is called Optimize Your LinkedIn, where I talk about how to use your VA in LinkedIn, how to know the client better, how to profile them better, how to use the calendar in LinkedIn to help you publish posts, how to make sure that you understand what you should and shouldn't share, how you can build a list, a lot of things to optimize your LinkedIn. A lot of systems that I use are in that video. The other video I recorded and dropped a few months back is called My All-Star LinkedIn Networking Tips. And this is really what you should do to make your profile stand out. How to personalize your connections with people, how to do a lot of post-engagement follow-up, how to optimize your use of LinkedIn groups, and how to have a strategy for connecting to add people that are going to add value to you. You only want to add people you're going to sell to, or if they're going to somehow introduce you to somebody else. But in LinkedIn right now, it's all about sales. Everyone using LinkedIn uses it to find more clients. And that's really what everyone's doing. But you can still use it to build up your network. But it's going to be hard because everyone's email boxes in LinkedIn are getting bombarded by like, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. So it's really hard to build connections in LinkedIn. You shouldn't not do it, but it's harder than it used to be. I talk about these in my LinkedIn tips. So check out those two videos if you want more on tactically how to use LinkedIn. But strategically, think about how to really optimize your LinkedIn email box. LinkedIn is the biggest platform for business to business, way bigger than Twitter, Facebook, Google, anything else. People use LinkedIn for business to business deals, right? Make sure you personalize things and you talk about who they are and what they do. Never, ever, ever send a spam message. People are going to see through it a mile away. You want to make sure that you're really using your content correctly when you connect with people, right? Your content should be used to get connections with people, whether it's connections to sell to them or connections to network with them. You want to think about the different content you need to do that. This is just one of the things that we do at Sonic VA, right? So Sonic Virtual Assistant, you can hire a VA to help you be more consistent, build more clarity, and have more certainty of what you can deliver for your clients using not just LinkedIn, but anything else you can think of that needs to be done from a computer. Promoting your book, building a YouTube channel, running Facebook ads, doing data entry, managing your email campaigns, doing market research, accounting, bookkeeping, whatever you can think of, we probably can find someone to do. So go ahead and reach out to us at sonicva.com. It's SONICVA.com. Drop a comment below. Get a hold of us. Tell us what it is that you need help with. If you want a VA to manage your LinkedIn, to turn your LinkedIn inbox into a moneymaker like I've been able to do and what we do for other clients, then we can help you with that. So basically, that's my talk for today, right? I want you to think about how to really use LinkedIn strategically. to really help run your business through LinkedIn if that's where your market's at. If your market is on LinkedIn, if they're big, medium-sized and bigger companies, if they're professionals, then LinkedIn is better than Facebook. So go out there and optimize your LinkedIn. Get control of it and become a LinkedIn all-star. Thank you for your time. Now go out there and be awesome today.